I need to say this right away because what I'm seeing for General Hospital over the next 3 weeks from May 11 through May 29 feels less like a normal spoiler drop and more like a secret file that accidentally got leaked before Port Charles was ready. I'm not saying every theory is guaranteed, but I am saying the clues are lining up in a way that feels shocking. And I think the biggest twist is this: a few people may finally learn the truth, but the truth might not save anyone. It may destroy them. I want to start with Isaiah because I genuinely believe he is being pushed into one of the most unfair corners on the canvas right now. Isaiah goes from being this kind, decent doctor, someone people could trust, someone who was trying to help, to suddenly becoming the man everyone is side-eyeing. He becomes the suspect in a hit and run. And just like that, the image people had of him starts cracking. I can already picture Isaiah trying to explain himself to Jordan and Curtis. I can see the panic in his face, the frustration in his voice, the way he keeps insisting, I didn't cause that accident. But here is the brutal part. I don't think his words are going to be enough. Not this time. Because without proof, Isaiah is just another person begging to be believed in a town where everyone has already learned not to trust too easily. And that is where the betrayal cuts deep. Because Rocco and Lulu may actually be able to help Isaiah. I think they may know enough to stand up and clear his name. But if they do that, they could expose something much worse. Rocco's involvement in the Cullum shooting could come spilling out, and that would change everything. So I'm looking at this situation and thinking, what happens when saving an innocent man means sacrificing your own child? That is the impossible choice Lulu may be facing. And I don't think she is ready to make it. So instead, I suspect Rocco, Lulu, and fake Nathan may stay silent. They may allow Isaiah to remain under suspicion because the alternative is too dangerous. And I have to be honest, that feels like a pawn boy, a true betrayal. Maybe it's not evil. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's survival. But for Isaiah, the result is the same. He is standing alone while the people who could help him choose silence. And fake Nathan, I don't trust him for 1 second. I think fake Nathan is already preparing his next move. And whatever that plan is, I believe it could put someone in serious danger. He has that unpredictable energy, the kind where I can't tell if he's desperate, damaged, controlled, or just playing a much bigger game than anyone realizes. But I keep coming back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's situation may be one of the most disturbing pieces of this puzzle. She was attacked by fake Nathan. She is being held captive, and now she may actually have a conversation with him. That alone gives me chills. But I don't think Jocelyn is just sitting there waiting to be rescued. I think she is studying him. I believe Jocelyn may try to play a psychological game. She may pretend to understand him. She may act like she sympathizes with what happened to him. She may give him just enough emotional bait to make him lower his guard. And if that happens, I think Jocelyn could be looking for one thing only: a way out of Sidwell's castle. But here is the twist I can't ignore. What if fake Nathan knows exactly what she is doing? What if he lets her think she is manipulating him while he is actually using her as part of his own plan? That would be the kind of shocking reversal Port Charles loves to throw at us right before everything explodes. Then there is Portia, and I have a bad feeling here. I'm noticing the signs. Something is off. That stomach pain may not be random. It may be the beginning of something serious, and I can't shake the possibility that Portia could go into labor early. I'm not saying that is definitely where this is headed, but I think the show may be setting up a medical scare at the worst possible time. And if Portia is suddenly vulnerable, I have to wonder who will be there for her and who will use the chaos to their advantage. Because in Port Charles, no crisis ever stays, just one crisis. A medical emergency becomes a confession. A confession becomes a scandal. A scandal becomes a weapon. Brooklyn is another person I think is quietly unraveling. I can feel the guilt pressing in on her. She may keep telling herself Isaiah will not actually be convicted. She may keep repeating that he is a good man, that the truth will come out, that everything will somehow fix itself before it is too late. But I don't think she fully believes that anymore. And if Isaiah really gets close to prison, I think Brooklyn may be pushed to the edge. She may decide she has to confess to save him. I don't know if she will go all the way, but I think the guilt could become too heavy to carry. And if Brooklyn breaks, the ripple effect could be massive because one confession rarely stays clean. It drags other names into the light. It exposes old lies. It turns one secret into five more. Now I need to talk about Sonny and Rick because this may be one of those emotional breaks that does not heal easily. I think Sonny may want to apologize. Maybe he realizes he went too far. Maybe he wants Rick to forgive him. Maybe he wants to act like family can survive anything. But I don't think Rick is in the mood to forget. If Sonny really tore into him, if he humiliated him or judged him too harshly, then I can see Rick deciding he is done. And honestly, I think the trust between Sonny and Rick may be gone. That is dangerous because when these two men stop trusting each other, the consequences do not stay private. Rick may refuse to work for Sonny. Sonny may pretend. It does not matter. But I think it matters a lot. A broken alliance inside Sonny's world always creates an opening for someone else. And then there is Rocco. I think Rocco is walking straight toward danger. And the danger may not come from a villain at first. It may come from his own father. Dante could be furious, and I can understand why. If Rocco is hiding the truth, if he is tangled up in the Cullum shooting, if Lulu is protecting him, then Dante may feel completely betrayed. I can imagine Rocco reaching a breaking point. He may go to Dante and confess everything. That would be painful, but maybe it would be the only way to stop the damage from spreading. But there is another possibility I can't ignore. Rocco may panic. He may think nobody can protect him. He may decide to run, and if Rocco tries to flee Port Charles, I think that could be the twist that changes the whole story. Meanwhile, Drew may finally start to recover, and I think these next 3 weeks could give him a chance to flip the board. But while Drew may be getting stronger, Brennan may be trapped in a nightmare. From what I'm piecing together, Brennan could be held captive by Valentine, Nina, and Carly. And if Nina uses another dose of Willow's paralysis drug on Brennan, then I think we are entering very dark territory. Here is the theory that makes this even more twisted. If Brennan is being targeted with the drug instead of Drew, then Drew may get the one thing he needs most, time. 2 weeks without another dose could be enough for him to regain strength, recover, and start remembering exactly who moved against him. And when Drew starts putting the pieces together, I think someone is going to be exposed. I don't know who falls first, but I believe the walls are closing in. Nina may think she is controlling the situation. Carly may think she is making the necessary move. Valentine may think he is 3 steps ahead. But secrets like this do not stay buried. Not in Port Charles. And then comes Joe. I think Joe's arrival could be the wild card no one is ready for. He may come into town with a special connection to someone, but I don't think his identity is ordinary. I suspect there is something bigger behind him, something hidden, something that could tie into one of these ongoing stories in a way nobody expects. Could Joe's first appearance bring a major disaster? I think it could. I think his entrance may not be quiet at all. It may be the moment that cracks open a buried secret and forces everyone to look at the bigger picture. So when I look at May 11 through May 29, I don't see 3 ordinary weeks. I see Isaiah framed in the court of public opinion. I see Rocco trapped by guilt. I see Lulu choosing silence for love. I see Jocelyn fighting captivity with her mind. I see fake Nathan becoming more dangerous. I see Portia facing a possible medical crisis. I see Brooklyn drowning in guilt. I see Sonny and Rick splitting apart. I see Drew rising while Brennan falls. And I see Joe walking into town with a mystery that could blow everything wide open. But the question I can't stop asking is this. When the truth finally comes out, will it clear Isaiah's name, or will it expose a betrayal so huge that poor Charles will never be the same again?